In the previous tutorials, we have explained the functionality of the top 6 buttons of the dental record form. In this tutorial, we will describe the functionality of the remaining buttons. These fall under 3 categories: the user customizable forms, the non-customizable forms, and other forms. Subsequently, we will examine the functionality of a user customizable form. In the first category, we have buttons that reveal forms with predefined functionality, where the user is allowed to customize the form and remove any predefined functionality, or add user-defined functionality. This category includes the following buttons: diagnosis, prevention, aesthetics, endodontics, surgery, periodontology, orthodontics, periodontics, laser, stomatology, implants, and other procedure. These forms work in a very similar manner, and knowing how one of these forms work will help understand how the rest work. In the second category, we have buttons that reveal forms with predefined functionality, where the user is not allowed to customize the form. In other words, what you see is what you get. In the future, if there is a need, Visual Dentist may be modified to make these forms customizable. It includes extraction, restorative dentistry, prosthetics, and perio chart. In the third category, we include the rest of the buttons: eruption, tooth note, files, and palette. Let's investigate one of the customizable forms. Click on button Prevention. We see that there are 8 predefined work descriptions. We cannot delete these work descriptions, but we can make them invisible. If, for example, the user wants to not show the first work description, called mouth guard, simply uncheck the visible box for the specific work description. If you click on active jobs, the specific work description mouth guard does not show. If you want to make it visible again, click on button All Jobs and check the corresponding visible box. To charge for a specific work, we check the corresponding box in column Charge Work. If we want to charge for scaling, check the corresponding box. Exit the form to see that the work has been entered together with the predefined charge, which is 50. As you can see, the work has been entered. Regarding the Select Tooth column, if we check the Select Tooth box for a work description, then this work will be related to a specific tooth. When we exit the form, Visual Dentist will prompt the user to select a tooth, and the work defined will correspond to the tooth that has been selected. If we select work scaling again and check the Select Tooth, when we exit the form, we'll see that no work is entered but the software is waiting for us to select the tooth. Let's select tooth 27. The work is entered for the specific tooth. This may be a bit far-fetched, but we only demonstrated this to make a point. Continuing with the description of the prevention form, on the top right we have the unique work code for the work description, and next to it the predefined charge. Looking at the buttons on the bottom, the up-down arrows will move a selected work description up or down. For example, if we want a work description, for example scaling, to be moved up, select the work description and click on the up arrow as many times as you want the work description to be moved. We can set a reminder for the next scaling appointment by checking the automatic reminder and entering a reminder date. We could, for example, say in 6 months, and the reminder date will be put 6 months from today. We can manage recalls for scaling through this date, as we will see in later tutorials. To add a work description, click on button Work Addition. We clicked on All Jobs to reveal the blank work description. Click on Modify. Let's put a, let's say, arbitrary work description. And we put a charge of 75. As you can see up here, the work description is entered. If we want to select a tooth, we just click on the box under Select Tooth. To demonstrate the functionality, click on Charge Work, exit, and you can see here in the work description, arbitrary work description, debit 75. One last thing, you can modify data by selecting and clicking on data, as we saw before. And if we want to modify all languages at once, we just click on this button and we can enter. This is a convenient way of entering all the descriptions for all the languages.